Hello world! There are, I believe, below 10 degrees outside and I'm dressed just like that to test my resistance. I believe I'll have to talk very fast in this video because there are quite a lot of news that I want to share with you and there isn't enough time. So let's move on with the news right now. My sister and I have been staying in Bucharest for the last 5 weeks or so, and we are currently in Herăstrău Park, so nature. Breathing in, breathing out. How has this happened? Well, let's move on with the story. My family and I have been thinking about going to see another doctor, a neurologist to be specific, because of my unusual brain activity. You probably know what's going on or have an idea about it, so that's what we decided. Sadly, we didn't have the means to see a good neurologist and come here to Bucharest, and then the most unusual thing happened. A childhood friend whom we haven't seen for 18 years, and actually he wasn't even a friend per se because he is much older than me and my sister, and he used to babysit me and my sister a long time ago, showed up out of the blue and he offered my family and I some help. He found a few other people and formed a team, the Cătălina team, and well, he invited us to Bucharest and get some help for this unusual activity that I have in my brain. Then even more help was offered. A few people donated quite some large sum of money, so the question was to do it or not to do it. To do it or not to do it. In the end, we decided to do it and to come to Bucharest and see what happens. And well, boy, the things that are happening here. Let's see what happens. At first, we had an appointment with a neurologist. This guy tended to be back in December when I was hospitalized in Bucharest, and he gave us quite some shocking news about what happened back then. My sister and I wrote extensively as usual on my blog, so if you wish to read all that blah 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 information, then you can find the link right here on the screen. Anyway, he gave us good news actually, because he looked at the papers, my medical papers, and he said that my brain is actually healing. Somehow my body and organism have found a way to make it and become sort of normal again. By the way, I am still unable to see, but something is working on that. Let's see what that is. Well, let's go back to this neurologist guy, because he also said that from the conventional medicine perspective, there's simply nothing more that can be done to help me. He suggested that I should try some alternative therapy, and well, alternative therapy was on the menu anyway. I wish I could explain what this alternative therapy is, because I am simply unaware of what's going on, but I feel stuff, and good stuff. I mean, not just stuff, very good stuff. And we've been seeing quite a lot of improvements on my hearing side and on my smiling as well. So that's something I'd like to talk more about in just a few seconds. Sorry about changing places all the time, but you know, we are in a park right now, and it is supposed to be quiet in the park, right? Well, not in this park. No silence and no quiet in this park. So as a result, we have to change places all the time. Anyway, let's go back to that therapist guy. How about him? What about him? Well, he studied in Japan a few techniques, a lot of techniques, and Japanese medicine, and he's applying these things on my brain. And boy, just like I said previously, the things that I'm feeling healing. That's what I'm feeling. I wish I were able to describe with words the things that I'm feeling during these sessions, but they are just beyond my understanding. The moment I understand what's going on, I'll probably talk about it too, but right now I'm just happy that I feel something, and that something feels like healing, just like I said earlier. So I've talked about healing, and I've talked about improvements in my hearing and in my smelling. So let's go into more detail about these last two things. Well, firstly, people don't have to talk to me like this anymore. Would you like to eat? They talk approximately normal. They still talk a bit, rarely, so I can understand all the words, but the number of times I say, "What? Can you please repeat that?" has decreased. So yay! Still have quite a lot of issues understanding when people talk to each other, since they talk very fast. But it is getting a lot better. And on top of that, well, music sounds so much better, and it sounds so nice that it makes me cry at times, and it makes me very happy. And the way I feel happiness is a very weird way, to be honest, because it feels like electricity going through my whole body, my skin, my arms, everywhere possible. That's how I feel happiness. I've been able to talk over the phone with my family, with my mom and my father and my grandmother, and etc. etc. And what else? Let's see. My smelling. Well, I smell stuff at times, but I do not recognize the aromas. I just do not remember how smell is, but I sense smell at times. There are so many other good and positive things going on, guys, and I wish I could tell you all about them, and I will, one after the other in the next videos. But seriously, a month ago I couldn't get out of bed. I was so scared. I was scared to go to the bathroom. And now look at me, I'm hobbing in Bucharest in the park, unable to see and partially hearing. So cool things are really going on here, and I'm just glad to be here. And well, this is pretty much everything I wanted to say at the moment, and we'll go through more things in the near future. By the way, guys, there is one last thing that I'd like to mention before I go and eat something. I am honestly happy to be alive. I seriously am. And no, I am actually forgetting something. There is one more thing that I'd like to tell you. Happy crocheting, guys. Happy crocheting stuff for winter for your loved ones. Take care, guys, and see you next time. This is so much better.